Today my phone rang and I saw your name. There was silence all alike. So if you can hear me now, I still believe that loving you is everything. Can't take this time passing. Now the magic that I felt with you is missing. I can't keep tripping. Don't be so distant. Baby, come home. Your love is missing. I need you here with me, baby. I want forever. Baby, give me a chance to do it better. I don't wanna pretend like I'm in heaven. Learning my lesson, feel complete. Need you here with me. Can't take back what I said, but if you would take me back, I'll change my way. Won't play no game. My life is a movie. I need you in this movie scene. It's only been 2 weeks. I had time to think over things. I need you to know, which way do I go? Which way do I go? Searching for some answers. Boy, I need them from you now. Baby, I put you first. I want forever. Baby, give me a chance to do it better. I don't wanna pretend like I'm in heaven. Learning my lesson, feel complete. Need you here with me. I'll be kissing
Welcome. Thank you for being in the building. This is the No Offense Podcast. My name is Matt Arrington, aka Mr. No Offense, and you are in the place to be. Thank you for joining. I know you could be anywhere in the world right now, but you chose to be here, and for us, that means everything. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to the sponsor, by way of Passport Republic. That's Saginaw Mission in the building. Shout out to my boy Daryl Austin, man, who's also in the chat right now representing for the label. I see you, big dog. Shout out to Mob That Promo Artist. If you gonna spend $20 on anything that's you're not gonna get in return back, you know what I'm saying, that you can afford to invest in yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? $20 will get you some days of promo. So hit the boys up at Mob That Promo to make that happen. Shout out to them boys also in the chat. We definitely appreciate you. Shout out to everybody else and the artists that are going to be in the building who's going to tune in to see your girl Gina Muza today, man. We got her, man. We got her. She got that song Incomplete that you guys were just hearing. And we're going to find out about her journey through this thing called music, man, and where she hopes to go, you know what I'm saying, as far as her heights. She's already very, very familiar with the industry. She's already, as you can tell, that voice of her experience. We gonna get to the get down today, man. We gonna get to it. So shout out to everybody who's definitely in the building. Cause like I said, this is where you need to be right now. So before I go any further, it's only right that I go ahead and bring Miss Muza on the camera. I know y'all ain't tuning in to see my pretty face, but we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. You understand what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off. And we are live. How you doing today, Miss Muza?
Hi, everybody. My name is Gina Muza. I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm based in New York. I just released my first song with my new label, Sonic Empire. It dropped on April 23rd, and we're shooting the video for it in Florida is sometime in the middle of May. So I'm super excited. This is a whole new project that I just signed on with my new label. Um, I previously was working with Universal Music out of Dubai and with Warner out of Europe. My music prior to this new song that just dropped and my new name, because right now my name is Gina Muza. So my previous music was more international. I was working with another girl. We were in a girl band. We were called Hypnotic Girls. My real name is Gina Heiser, and our music was mostly because my music partner, she was out of Dubai. She was a Somalian girl, born and raised in Dubai. So we were doing music for that region, and our music was predominantly like American hip hop, pop, with tastefully integrated Arabic influences, and that was both either lyrically or musically. She would rap in Arabic, and so that's what I did. Our last project that we were supposed to be releasing together and ended up being released by just me as a single artist because in the midst of working on the project, a split happened between the both of us, and the label still wanted to release a project regardlessly. So I ended up as a single artist, then as Gina Heiser, releasing my last song, which is Habibi Love. And I'm very honored to have on the project Mr. Nile Rodgers, which is like one of my favorite music people
Neil
in the
Rogers?
world.
Oh snap! Okay. Oh,
Nile,
Nile Rodgers. Okay. Oh wow, man. Wow, wow,
yeah.
man. Yeah, we definitely gonna get. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish your spiel. If I interrupt, go ahead and let us go ahead and finish. Tell us what you're saying, and then we'll start with the questions.
Yeah, so my last song with Mr. Nile Rodgers as a featured artist was called Habibi Love, and it was for the Middle East region. It ended up being one of the best-selling songs over there in the region. Um, Also, some information about my song because my manager was at the same time when we were getting ready for the release. So some information. I mean, my song was actually sent to Shaggy's producer Costi, and and so they ended up releasing their version of kind of like my whole concept. So they ended up releasing also a song titled Habibi Love, and then their version became like the number one selling record in the world. Mine didn't, but I'm still a happy girl, always a happy girl, and a very, very optimistic person, very positive. So I decided after that, because of the split up with the girl, that I'm just going to be
Independent.
coming back to my roots, basically making music that's more American. My heart's always been in R&B, and life is too short. You see so many people going every day. So many people are just going. So I said to myself, it's either now or never. My dream was always somewhere along my career to be doing R&B. And upon the introduction to my current label, which is Sonic Empire, I had a serious discussion with them. I'm like, you guys, I know you see me in this and in that, but it's like my heart's in R&B. If you guys are not with me on this, then it's like, we can't partner. It's like, no, 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 no. So, then we tested a song that I actually wrote the lyrics for, which you just played, which we just released. We tested that song, and once we got it recorded and everything, they were quite happy, and we decided, okay, we can do this.
Sounds like a plan. Well, it definitely sounds like you've had a journey, and we're gonna have different parts that we stop along that journey, getting to today, as far as listening to your album, listen to your debut single, "Incomplete," that we all were just blessed to be able to hear in the beginning of the show. Um, s-
Thank you.
so like you said, let's start from the beginning. So you're originally from Poland. You were born in Poland, and
Uh,
between there and 8 years old, were you back and forth with the United States, or how did that come off?
Yeah, good question. So I was actually born in Poland. I came to New York when I was 8 years old, and I was growing up in Manhattan. I was going to a public school, so I was basically, introduced to American culture from a very young age, and I was very much into music. My dad noticed when I was already 9 years old that I would know every song on the radio, and ironically, actually, the funniest thing is that, while flicking through the channels, something really attracted me to disco music. And I said to my dad, "Oh my God!" Like, my dad already knew that I wanted to be a singer. And I said to him, "I wish one day I could work with this Mister who writes these amazing songs and everything." Little did I know, like, that when I grow up, I'm actually going to be doing a song with Mr. Nile Rodgers. So this is one of my dreams coming true, is working with him.
Amen, amen. So we're definitely gonna get to how you felt, when you got that news. But like I said, let's continue on the journey. So between from birth to eight, you're back and forth in Manhattan and Poland. What originally got you from 8 years old to like through schooling and everything? Did you decide to go ahead and do that here in Manhattan and through New York, and from there you went to college and things like that? Because I saw you also went to a musical college as well.
Right. So basically, before I came to the U.S. at the age of 8, I had musical education on piano from the age of 7. And then I came here. Here in public schools, we had music education. So one year I had the violin, another year I had the flute. So I was constantly, and I was singing. Then I went to Poland. I went back to Poland when I was 15. Funny thing is I couldn't speak Polish anymore, so I felt kind of like an alien.
Yeah,
I had to. Oh, even when I did try to speak, I had a very strong American accent, but I had to sort of adapt just to be able to finish my education, because my parents' condition was like, hey, if you want to leave from here, you have to like finish your schooling. So, but luckily I got accepted to a very good music college. It was the only college in the whole country over there that was like a pop music college. Everything else was mostly jazz. So I got accepted to this music college. I graduated, and then my first contract was with a seven-piece band. It was a cover band. It was two girls and five guys, and it was in Dubai. This is how I ended up in Dubai, and this is, how my whole journey with the other girl, where I met the other girl, and we formed the band Hypnotic Girls. This is how it all came about.
In Dubai, I mean, for those who are not familiar, if I'm not mistaken, is one of the if it's not the world's richest city, it's one of the beautiful places in the world. How was that experience? I mean, especially coming in as a young person. I mean, up to this point, I know you were already familiar with international travel, 'cause like you said, you were going back and forth between Poland and the United States. But as far as seeing Dubai for the first time, and actually working there and living there, how was that experience?
Everything. Dubai is all about luxury and the latest this and the latest that, and so it was very impressive at first, and then once you start living there, it becomes your everyday life, so you get used to it. But it was living life on a very high level.
Gotcha.
Let's just say.
Now, because of the like you said, because of the living arrangement basically over there, and because you're in this band, how's your schedule looking? I mean, do you, like you said at first, you're really you're really amazed because you're in Dubai, you know what I'm saying? And I imagine you got a shock. You want to, you see all the best stores and things like this, but at the same time, you're in a band, so you've got to report to work. You said you got a rehearsal. You know what I'm saying? How did you manage your schedule? Like, how did you find time to do what you wanted to do versus what I'm saying, also the band, plus like, how did you find time to manage it all?
Well, it was periods that I was involved in certain things. So first there was the cover band, then the cover band ended. Then me and the Somalian girl, we got together. We put our own cover band. It was mostly guys from New York. We ended up being the best cover band in Dubai. Like, we would do like gigs for the U.S.
Oh, wow.
Army, the U.S. Embassy, the only best seven-star hotel in the world. We were actually the opening act and the in-house band for the seven-star hotel in the
Wow.
world. And first we started 6 nights a week. Then we couldn't even get a day off. Like, then we were doing 7 nights a week. So it was cool. Then that journey, when everything ended over there in Dubai, that took me to England. In England, I got signed to All Around the World Records. I worked a little bit in the English music scene, but somehow in England, my producers, my management were pushing me towards typical UK house music. Um, I tried to kind of get more soulful with them, but it wasn't working. And because that sort of, that collaboration fell through, I ended up that, hey, I think I have to come back to the
Gotcha.
States. So I came back to New York in 2012, and then the project with Nile Rodgers came together. We did this in 2015, and then I took a little bit of a break, and I started looking for more of of teaming up with a label in the States. So here we are today.
Gotcha, gotcha. Now, well, I was going to ask one more question, if I can, but about the, as far as the house music and things like that. Were they pressing you that way because that was the market there? Was that where they saw the most profits, or saw where was that the vision that they had for your voice at the time, or what was it that made them want to go with that decision versus because your voice is very soulful, as we can all witness. You know what I'm saying? You do have a very
Right.
soulful voice, so I'm curious as to what gave them that vision.
It was the market. It was basically the market and how they saw me and everything. But funny thing is, one day the one of my producers, he invited me to his house and he said, "I just want to test something with you." And he had this song that was a little bit more soulful. It kind of had like a potential to be like a Tony Braxton
Hmm.
song. And I came to his studio and everything, and I said, I hear a couple of different things here. So he listened to my ideas. We amended the song a little bit, and we recorded it, and then he took it back to London, and people heard it and they were like, "Oh my God, this girl is so soulful, we had no idea." And I'm like, "Hello, that's what I was telling you the whole time."
It's like I've been trying to tell somebody. I've been tapping people on the shoulder, left or right. You keep waving me in the wrong direction. I got you. I completely understand, and
Right.
I'm glad that you had that vision, that you knew exactly what you want to do with your voice. You know what I'm saying? Like you knew where your calling was, and I noticed that you did pay home. You know what I'm saying? You did mention Tony Braxton. Who were some of the other people that you know what I'm saying that you? I know you did covers, but who were some other people that you might have liked to listen to, or maybe even as you were growing up, help kind of cultivate your ear as far as your voice and getting and finding yourself in your
There,
voice.
there were so many people. It's like the list is endless. My lucky position was that when I came to Poland at the age of 15, my first vocal teacher, um, my first song that I had to learn was a song from George Benson called
Wow.
Masquerade. So
So he took you through the okay, okay, okay.
right. So that's where I got started. So that was the level where I got started. So where do you go from there? You know what I'm saying? Like, where do you go from
Yeah,
there?
but yes, ma'am. And you took. I'm sure just like them, you nailed it. You know what I'm saying? Like especially when we hear incomplete. Uh, it's almost like our experience is incomplete. Like we're like, dang, she stopped singing. You know what I'm saying? We want what's next, what's next. You know what I'm saying? So we're definitely looking to see what's next from Miss Juna Musa. And like you said, now so you're back in the States now. You're making music now for more for this market. What has working in different other music markets and those influences, how does that help your cultivate your sound now as far as what you offer to the music? Because we do hear it in the incomplete, like we do hear how you work, you know what I'm saying, and that we hear your experience in your voice and how you find ways of creative ways to express yourself. How would you say that it helps you as far as mentally and in the booth and when you're singing, how does it help you out?
It's just, it's studio experience, it's live performances experience, it's knowing world music, being sort of familiar with world music. And there might be, different elements that I will bring to my future projects from these parts of the world where I've been. I'll give you an example. There's a song that I recorded with Earth, Wind, and Fire's producer and singer, Mr. Sheldon Reynolds. We wrote a song together, we produced it together, and I put that song on the shelf for a little bit. Now I want to bring it, and put it on my album. So for this song, I actually ordered, and I mean, and he's singing with me in the chorus, and it sounds so Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's
Man, you had
crazy.
me so that Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's a lot of people don't know, but that's actually one of the very few people I've actually seen perform live. You know what I'm saying? Earth, Wind, and Fire. So I'm man, I'm excited, bro. Oh man, you done touch some R&B heads that's in here too. You know what I'm saying? Just like good music, and they're already cheering for you too. We've got Mob Dat Promo saying NYC in the house. We got Daryl Austin. My man is hey, that's R&B. R&B. He said yes, R&B is where it's at. I wouldn't be doing my dude right if I didn't mention that Hennessy and Sex Volume One. Y'all gotta make sure y'all pick that up now. You know what I'm saying? He's also R&B singer, and I know that what they're all asking. I know the question, and we gonna get to it, but y'all better stay where y'all at. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all know what's coming. They already know. Matt, is she working? Is she work? We gonna find out, but y'all gotta sit down because I ain't done talking to her. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. All right. So Miss Music. So now that you know say you're back in the states, you're making the music for this market. You've got a vision for your album. What can we expect for some of these visuals? I know you said you're working now on visuals. What's some of the ideas that we might hope to see as you're giving us a picture for this incomplete? Because I'm already you already got me sold. If they tell me the video was ready right now, I have to put you on hold.
So we're working actually on the script for the video. So we have a few choices, and you know, if you also have an idea for the ending, you know, we might throw it into the bucket. But I had one interview prior to to mine with you right now, and the DJ she had a very nice suggestion. So the story for the song is, you know, when I wrote the song, I wrote the lyrics, and the inspiration came from. Um, when I was hearing, you know, how many couples right now during the pandemic have broken up, right? Like so many marriages have fallen to pieces, you know, so many good relationships have just fallen apart because people have that didn't have that time of separation. People have that didn't have that,
That
you know,
appreciation.
time apart to be able to appreciate each other and being on top of each other and especially, you know, maybe people with kids and everything, you know, life sometimes gets difficult if you don't have that distraction, you know, that little bounce off situation where you can where you can go away and you can come back to the person and start missing them. So so if you don't have that you know that point of view, then you know people start taking each other for granted, and this is what the song is about. So it's a song about a girl. You know, she's been with this guy and he is the guy of her dreams. He is the man that he's the one, but they're spending so much time together, and they get into an argument, and she says some things to him, things that are very hurtful, and he is so hurt, and he just storms out the door, and she tries to call him, she tries to reach him, she can't get a hold of him, and 1 week passes, 2 week passes, and within these 2 weeks, you know, she's had all this time to herself, and she's had time to think, if he does give me a second chance, what am I going to say to him? You know, what am I going to say to him? So she already, you know, after 2 weeks, she already has things pretty much clear in her head what she's going to say to him. All of a sudden, 2 weeks later, her phone rings and she sees his name on the screen, and she gets so excited, like, oh my God, it's him. And she picks up. She picks up, but there's silence on the line. So she doesn't know if he actually called her, or if it's somebody else who's with him that called her, or if it's a butt dial, or but in case if he's listening, she takes her chance and she opens up
That's all.
and she tells him
Wow, that's
how she feels.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Wow. With yeah, I'm man. That story is gonna be That story's gonna be phenomenal. I can't wait to see the visual. Man, I know you're working with some talented directors. Um, wow. As far as the ending, I don't even. Man, there's so many ways that you can work with that, man. As far as a cliffhanger,
So so we have two endings right
yeah,
now. So one ending is that that the guy is actually on the other end and he's listening, you know, to what she's saying. He's just sitting, maybe sipping on a glass of wine, and he's actually listening. Another ending could be that there's a girl with him, and she's actually the one who dialed her,
on
you
accident,
know, her
yeah,
number. And all of a sudden he comes to the room. He comes to the room and he catches her, and he says like, "Babe, what are you doing with my phone?" And she goes like, "Oh,
and
nothing,"
hangs
you
up the
know. And
phone.
then the line closes. And then I've just had an interview with this DJ, and she said to me, you know, how about this ending? Remember Tony Braxton's song "Unbreak My
Yeah,
Heart"? And it was she was with this famous model. What was his name? Beckford.
I I,
Uh,
I know who you're thinking about.
he,
Yes,
yeah. So anyway, so the story is that he actually like he that they part and he dies in some accident or
that's what
something,
I was. I, that's kind of
right?
what I was wondering about right then. Like, if maybe somebody who picked up the phone was like a EMS or somebody calling emergency contact, and something may have happened
Hmm.
to him. But you know what you could also do too, uh, if you want to throw some, just an idea. If you kind of want to give a cliffhanger, it could be an EMS calling, but she could just ask, "Hello, is this so and so?" And then you black it out, because it's possible that maybe they just found the phone somewhere. Maybe he dropped the phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it would definitely leave everyone thinking like, what did he say to her, or what so what's next, and
Right.
that might be able to flow into your next video that you might put out on a new project or something like that. I'm either way. I'm waiting to see it. Either way, I'm waiting to see it. I'm sure the
Good
chat
idea.
is right here. Yeah, they're waiting to see it too. So as soon as you have a link for this thing online, or as soon as you drop it, man, you need to let us know about 15 minutes early so we can get our popcorn, go use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody gonna want to see this, and talk about this as soon as it's done. So we definitely can't wait to see where this thing leads, Miss Music, and the vision again that you have for this is just it's just I feel like so many people are going to relate to that, especially the story, because the saying is
Right.
time apart breeds appreciation, and I do believe in this quarantine, a lot of people found out. Maybe it's some jobs that keep everybody together. You know what I'm saying? like
Right. Right.
going to
Right. Right.
clock in. You know what I'm saying? As bad as you might hate that job, but maybe it's that job that give you that time apart from your loved ones. You know what I'm saying? When you come home, you
Right.
appreciate it. But I definitely feel like everybody is going to definitely resonate with your message, with your lyrics, and with the visual. It's gonna be awesome. It's definitely gonna be awesome. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So as far as going forward, where are some things that you hope to knock off? I mean, with you already been around the world, working with such musical talent and things like, what's next on the list for Gina Music? What are some things that you want to cross out in the next 5 years?
I would like to do a project with Babyface, definitely. And I had the honor of meeting him recently. There was a gig in New Jersey that Tony Braxton was doing, and with Babyface, and I was introduced to another producer of Tony Braxton, Daryl Simmons. I was introduced to him, and he invited me to the gig and everything. So we'll see.
Wow, man. Hey, Mr. Edmonds. Hey, listen. That's Mr. Alwa Show. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Well, hey, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I'm into the old school R&B. I think that we should bring that old school smooth, R&B back. I mean, the one station that I listen to in New York is WBLS, and that's like the real R&B station. That's my
Man,
favorite.
shout out to the R&B greats, man, and I definitely think you're on your way there as well. Shout out to R&B greats. It's so good. I love hearing that, and especially our audience. Our audience, they R&B greats too. We talk about old. We talk about old. We bring old schools ups here. We speak the old school very fluently here. We definitely do that here at the No Offense Podcast. So we're right there along with you, and with that, with knowing that you have a favorite in that musical group, it makes me even more excited to hear your music, because I know you know what we talking about. I know you got that feeling in there. You know what I'm saying, from back in the day.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm
oh
saying.
yeah.
So yeah, we're anxious. We're anxious. And now for that question that everybody wants to know. How, as far as I know, you are a signed artist, but as far as features, as far as working with people, how are you open? How is your open availability about that? And what are the proper channels, if you're open to working with an artist? What are the proper channels they need to go through in order to try to contact you in order to make that happen?
Right. I'm pretty open right now. I mean, I'm supposed to be recording an album within the next couple of years. We're looking at possibly having Chris Brown on the album. I would love to have Skip Marley, Bob Marley's grandson, because I have a reggae song coming up, which I think he would be perfect for. And the person who's producing is actually somebody out of my camp, but he's a very talented producer who works for Swizz Beats.
Oh
So we're super excited about this, and yeah, we got some big hot projects coming up.
man, man. You mentioned you mentioned all the right names. You got a cheat sheet. Somebody show me your paper. I think you got a cheat sheet. You hitting all the right names right there. I see what's going on. Okay. Uh, uh, well, the reason why we're asking as well is because we actually do have a lot of artists, because our platform, we do interview artists all over the world, different types of artists. We've been lucky enough to be able to work with people such as Jamaica and Africa, as well as the United States. So a lot of our artists are actually in the United States, and we actually have some that are present now, and they're the ones that are inquiring as far as hearing your work. How would they go about possibly doing work with you, or meeting, or talking contract, trying to get some work done with you?
Right. So the way to contact me would be, you can reach me through my email. There's an email attached to my Instagram page. It's Gina.Muza. This is my Instagram name. I'm signed to Sonic Empire. So if you can look up Sonic Empire out of Florida, Fort Lauderdale, and see their email. I can't remember off the top of my head right now what the email is, but if you can DM me, or the best way would be to DM me, and I'll forward the information to my management, and we could take it from
And
there.
and I will say she is very reachable. She's very communicable. I do commend you for that, because a lot of artists, they have people that manage their pages, and sometimes it's almost impossible to get through on a page, celebrity page. So I appreciate that. But yes, I can say that you are very prompt with your responses. So it is definitely it's definitely, I would tell you guys, if you're serious, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You fail 100% of the shots you don't take. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what happens. Let's definitely see what happens. And I always do my part any way I can. Um, so it's time for the no offense banger. It wouldn't be a no offense interview. It wouldn't be a no offense interview had I not asked you this question. Everybody who has been on the show has been asked this question, and there's no wrong answer to this question. We just simply want to know, especially with the experience that you've had to this point. Your answer, we imagine, would probably be different from most because you've had more experience than most. So, but let's say your phone was to ring right now, and you don't recognize the number. But when you pick up the phone, this is the best call of your entire career. Not just some great things that have happened to you up to this point, but this call will be the call that changes the legacy of Gina Musa. Okay? We just want to know who's on the phone and how that conversation goes. It could be anybody in the world. We're just a fly on the wall. We just want to be nosy and be in the room. Just let us know. Let us know what's going down.
I would love to receive a call from Chris Brown and him. I would love to hear him say, "Gina, I would love to do a song with you."
Ooh, okay, okay, okay. All right. All right, now listen. Hey, it's a little that could almost happen. You're closer in this way in Virginia than you are in Dubai and Poland. So who knows what might happen? You know what I'm saying? You be right there. So the reason why we asked that question, Miss Music, is we hope that as we find ways of sharing these videos, we do have the Roku app, we have the YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, I know I'm listing something, our website, Facebook. The more that we find ways to share these interviews, we hope that they'll get into ears length of somebody who can make that call happen for you. If and does this and if and when this call does happen for you, we ask that after you finish, jumping up and down, using the bathroom, getting your faculties in order, signing your paperwork, getting all your contract. Maybe while you're on the plane on the way to make it your dreams happen, give us a call and say, "Hey, you won't believe me. You won't believe who just called my phone," and that'll just make us feel good to know that they're getting played with around where people can make those calls happen for you guys. Okay.
For sure, for sure, for sure. You
Yes,
got it.
man.
For
So
sure.
it is that dreaded time, which is the end of our interview. But I've got a couple more questions I've got to get from you today before I let you go. First and foremost, being, how can anybody who hasn't heard about you today, and is interested in getting to know you, your music, and following what's going on in your career, how can they do that? Where are you at online as far as social media platforms and as far as your music platforms?
Right. So you guys can find me. You can just Google my name, Gina, Gina, Muza, Muza, and you're gonna see my all my social media, my Facebook fan page, my Instagram fan page. My music dropped on April 23rd. My first song. The song is called Incomplete. It's available on all platforms. Now, when it comes to how to contact me on my website, which is www.ginamusa.com, you're going to see the contact information, how to reach me and everything, how to reach my management. On my Instagram page, you can DM me
There it,
directly.
there it is. There it is, guys. And I know you guys. Hey, don't speed off yet. Damn it, stay still. We got more. Dang, like y'all act like the same thing. As soon as they pass out the information, hey, come here. We ain't finished yet. Couple more minutes. Damn. All right. So, my second question, Ms. Music, is based on your experience today here at the No Offense Podcast. We know we already heard your voice, so we know you're headed to. We just got working to the top. But if you have a split second where we can say, "Hey, Ms. Music, it's been a while. We just want to catch up with you," would you be willing to come back and sit down with us at the No Offense Podcast and let us know what's been happening with you from now until then?
Absolutely.
Hey man, that makes us smile, and we can't wait to make it happen again.
Definitely.
Yes, ma'am. My third and final question is going to be: can you do us the honor of introducing this final track that we are going to leave our fans with today, and your new fans with today?
Right. Um, I would like to thank everybody for joining the podcast. My name again is Gina Musa. You can find my new song called Incomplete, on all platforms, iTunes, Deezer, Spotify, everywhere. I'd like to give a shout out to my team, Khalil Super K, my label Sonic Empire, and everybody at Sonic Empire, Doobie, and Silver Prod, and my producer, Maya Seek. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Miss Musa. It's been our honor and pleasure to interview you today, and we hope, like always, that until next time we see you, we wish you nothing but blessings, success, great health, and more hits. You know what I'm saying? Definitely do that for sure, for sure. Take care until next time we see you.
Take care.
Man. All right, guys, this does conclude our interview today with Miss Gina Muza. We definitely appreciate you guys for being in the building. Again, we do, you could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to rock out with here at the No Offense Podcast. Remember, guys, we love you. You are appreciated. And if nobody else told you, man, we definitely appreciate y'all, man, for rocking with us. You always got a friend here. Until next time we meet, don't wait on the world to change when you could be the one to change the world. This is Gina Muza. This is Incomplete. Until the next time we see each other, guys, take care. Oh, yeah, and don't forget, man, y'all make sure y'all tune into that spilling the tea with Sweet Tea Lee Monday through Friday, man. This Friday, 4:00 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Eastern. Y'all tune in 3:00 p.m. Central. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna kick it off. Let's do it. Bye, y'all.
Today my phone rang and I saw your name. There was silence all the line. So if you can hear me now, I still believe that loving you is everything. Can't take this time passing. Now the magic that I felt with you is missing. I can't keep tripping. Don't be so distant. Baby, come home. Your love is missing. I need you here with me, baby. I want forever. Baby, give me a chance to do it better. I don't wanna pretend like I'm in heaven. But I learned my lesson. I feel incomplete. Need you here with me. Can't take back what I said. But if you would take me back, I'll change my ways.